Real Madrid just finished a season with 0 trophies. No Champions League. No La Liga. Nothing. Everyone expected one thing, Florentino Pérez to walk away. Instead, he called an emergency press conference and said something nobody expected. I will not resign. This is the story of the most powerful man in football and why he refuses to let go. On May 12, 2026, 2 days after Real Madrid lost 2-0 to Barcelona, the club made a shocking announcement. Florentino Pérez, the 79-year-old president, would hold a press conference after an emergency board meeting. This never happens. Pérez almost never talks to the media directly, so when the announcement dropped, every journalist, every fan, every club in Europe stopped what they were doing. The question everyone was asking, is he finally stepping down? The answer was no. But what he said instead was even bigger. Pérez walked into that press room, and the first words out of his mouth were, Pérez say, I regret to inform you that I will not resign. Instead, I have asked the board to initiate the electoral process, and I will run again. He didn't just survive, he went on offense. He said he was calling elections so that anyone who wants to challenge him can. Pérez say, if someone wants to run, let them not hesitate. Let them run, and let them explain how they will finance this club. In other words, he wasn't asking for permission. He was daring his enemies to come at him. This is a man who has been president since the year 2000. He's seen everything. And he's still standing. But here's where it gets willed. Pérez didn't just make announcements. He went after the media, by name. He called out Spanish newspaper ABC for publishing a story claiming he was tired and thinking about quitting. Pérez say, I work like an animal. I'm up first, and I go to bed last. I'm cancelling my ABC subscription. My father will thank me. He claims there is an organized campaign. Journalists, shadow figures, unnamed enemies, all working to destroy Real Madrid and remove him. Pérez say again, some people are moving in the shadows. Well, this is their opportunity. Let them come out. This wasn't a press conference. This was a declaration of war. Then, almost at the end, Pérez dropped something massive. He brought up the Negreira case. This is a corruption scandal where Barcelona allegedly paid a refereeing official millions of euros over years. Pérez say, 3 years ago, we learned about a corruption case known as the Negreira case. There are no precedents in the history of world soccer. It is the biggest scandal in history. And then he said Real Madrid is compiling a dossier. This means the war between Real Madrid and Barcelona is far from over. So here's what we actually learned today. Florentino Pérez is not finished. He's not scared. He's been at Real Madrid for over 20 years. He's won 37 football titles, and he's coming back for more. The question now is, can anyone actually beat him in an election? Or is this just Pérez doing what he always does, making his enemies show themselves and then winning anyway? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to understand how football really works, not just the goals, but the power, the money, the psychology, hit subscribe. Football IQ. See you next time.